Tay-Sachs disease, sick genes activity by Michelle Sasser. So, what exactly is Tay-Sachs disease? Tay-Sachs is a very rare, fatal genetic neurodegenerative disorder. It is most commonly found in people with Eastern and Central European Jewish heritage. People who suffer from Tay-Sachs disease usually are blind or deaf, lack the control of their muscles, have seizures, their growth is delayed, and they usually present a red spot on the macula of the eye. Juvenile Tay-Sachs is usually found in babies, where symptoms first appear from the ages 2 to 10 and they usually pass away by the age of 15. Chronic Tay-Sachs is less severe, usually appearing around age 10 and causes slurred speech, muscle cramps, tremors, and their lifespans vary, but some may live normal lifespans. Adult Tay-Sachs is the mildest form, and symptoms are usually presented in the teen years or adulthood. Their life expectancies vary due to the severity of their disease. What genes are affected in Tay-Sachs? Mutations in the hexa gene causes Tay-Sachs disease. The hexa gene provides instructions for making a part of an enzyme called the beta-hexosaminidase A, which plays a critical role in the brain and spinal cord. This enzyme is located in lysosomes, which are structures in cells that break down toxic substances and act as recycling centers. Within lysosomes, beta-hexosaminidase A helps break down a fatty substance called GM2 ganglioside. Mutations in the hexa gene disrupt the activity of beta-hexosaminidase A, which prevents the enzyme from breaking down GM2 ganglioside. As a result, this substance accumulates to toxic levels, particularly in neurons in the brain and spinal cord. Progressive damage caused by the buildup of GM2 ganglioside leads to the destruction of these neurons, which causes the signs and symptoms of Tay-Sachs disease. Because Tay-Sachs disease impairs the function of a lysosomal enzyme and involves the buildup of GM2 ganglioside, this condition is sometimes referred to as a lysosomal storage disorder or a GM2 gangliosidosis. It may all sound extremely complicated, but just think of it as this. Your genes tell your body what to do, and suddenly they can't get the cells to get rid of the garbage. The garbage piles up, and then bad stuff happens to your body. This disease is autosomal recessive, meaning that both copies of the genes in each cell must contain the mutation in order for it to be displayed. Now, as mentioned earlier, it is passed on mainly through Jewish Ashkenazi families. Now, you may ask, why? Well, similar to polyploidy being found in Amish communities and redheads being found in Scotland, Tay-Sachs is found in these people for the same reason. The answer to this being the founder effect. It is believed that this mutation may have entered the population about 1,000 years ago and has increased in frequency either by random genetic drift or selective pressures for heterozygous carriers. This suggestion was made since carriers might have been more resistant to TB or tuberculosis, allowing them to survive the epidemic, similar to how sickle cell heterozygous individuals are resistant to malaria. These populations tended to marry within themselves, conserving their race, nationality, or Jewish religion, therefore inhibiting genetic variation in their gene pool. Tay-Sachs can be diagnosed after birth if a blood test comes back with the hexa enzyme negative, but preconception screenings, antenatal screenings, and pre-implantation genetic diagnosis can help determine the probability of having a child with Tay-Sachs. It can help diagnose it in fetuses and can even allow the woman's eggs to be tested for it in a laboratory, and then the unaffected eggs will be transferred back into the woman's uterus, allowing for a healthy baby to be conceived. Currently, there is still no cure to Tay-Sachs disease available to the public. However, gene therapy has allowed researchers to cure Tay-Sachs-ridden mice and greatly improve the symptoms in cats. Other current fields studying Tay-Sachs are molecular chaperone, where the enzyme PYR is being studied to increase enzyme activity along the studies of substrate inhibition, stem cells, and bone marrow transplants. Hopefully, despite the controversies of the research, there will be a day where Tay-Sachs can be cured and the world will take one step forward into being just a smidgen better. Thank you for watching.